Hello guys, Sue Jerry speaking. Welcome to LJPCBM React, episode number 728. And today we're reacting to Brian Woodbury, composer, songwriter of The Book of Pooh, Bury the Beautiful House, and more, from Jake's Having the Style Show, episode 7. And reacting to this beginning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, I'm Jake, and welcome to a news podcast on YouTube from Jake's Untitled Chapter, where I interview people involved with this show and more from our chapters. We'll be sharing our favorite memories, behind-the-scenes moments, and so much more. I'm your host, Jake Spongebob, and welcome to the Nostalgia Show episode.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Jake's Having Style Show. I'm your host Jake, and co-host again, as well as always, Ryan McCullough, Matthew Johnson, and Chris Bixby. Like I always say every single time, how are you guys been?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Really good.
Yep. For last week that we talked about talking to Dave Thompson, who was the original performer for Chicken Review, which is super awesome.
Really
interesting interview, and
Yeah.
I know we're gonna have another interesting interviews more of this podcast along the way. Well, this one too. That will be honestly. Yeah. So this guest that we're gonna have in this episode is also performing this. Thank you so much for the support that we give, which we appreciate a lot. But if you guys want to keep on seeing more episodes, subscribe, like, comment, share thoughts and comments, and follow us social media things for the podcast, and same as for the guests we'll way later on. But we appreciate what the support you guys give, and we're having experience for the podcast so far, and we appreciate a lot.
You can find it on SoundCloud, Mixcloud.
Yep.
Not SoundCloud, why?
Spotify, Mixcloud, and YouTube.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for the support and for how they didn't really have much episodes right now, and all that support already. It really means a lot.
Wow.
Thank you so much. They didn't really expect this at all for having, so thank you so much. Anyway, so today's guest we're having is a composer for so much shows.
So much.
Yeah. He mostly really knows as composer, really mostly for Band of Boober House, The Book of Pooh, It's Book World, and so much other shows that I mentioned that I guess grew up with.
And he also has his own solo music too.
Yeah. Which is really awesome. Nice setup, by the way. Right. But anyway,
Like the banjo in the background.
Yeah, the banjo.
Wow.
Banjo.
It's just a prop.
This is a prop.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not a real banjo, darn it.
No, it just makes me cool.
Oh, it's cool. Anthony is cool too, because he plays banjo too. Or you guys want to talk about?
Yes.
Anyways, yeah, and he's Brian Woodbury. How are you?
Very good. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, of course.
Very awesome.
You're our first bear guest on.
No, actually, no.
Well, the first one that Wyatt's a part of.
Yeah.
We had.
And Jake turned his face came off.
All right, we actually had Tyler Bunch on.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, that was really fun.
So
He's great.
You're the first composer there.
Wow.
Oh, right on.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, there's Jake.
Jake has
Yeah.
questions.
Yep. Sorry about that.
because
You're fine.
Of course, he missed for all of us too.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Continue on.
Chris still has questions.
Do you want me to do the first question, Jake?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So, how did you get started, as a composer, songwriter?
Like, where you begin?
Yeah.
Well, I started writing songs when I was a kid. I was about 10 or 11. I started writing songs.
Wow.
And started taking it seriously after high school and studied music in college, and had lots of bands, made records, played in. I lived in New York for many years, and I played in a lot of clubs in New York, and then sort of found my way into writing for kids' TV shows through mainly through a friend of mine named Dave Yazbek, who's a really good songwriter who wrote for Air. He recommended me to the music director of Bear in the Big Blue House, and they hired me to write songs. So
Wow.
I started doing a lot of kids stuff.
Which, by the way, I did point out, he and I became good friends, and he wrote me some birthday wishes once a year. You just see here. And recent one I did to Brian was, let me see, Mary Blade, happy birthday, blah, blah. Mary Blade, Happy New Year, blah, blah. It was from June 20th. Mary Blade, Merry birthday and salutations, well wishes. This is from Brian Woodbury, and composer and songwriter of Bear the Big House and all that stuff. And I thank him for it. If you watch this, Brian, this is for you. Continue on.
And before that, I'd done a little bit of TV stuff, but that was my big entrance into that. So.
So also, I know you wrote some songs with Peter Wins. How is it working with Peter Wins?
Peter the Puppeteer?
Oh,
Or Peter
Matthew
Lorre?
Peter Lorre.
Oh, man,
Peter Lorre, yeah.
maybe you got confused with Peter Lorre.
Yeah, Peter
yeah,
Lorre
I'm
was...
sorry.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, Peter Lorre was the music director for Bear in the Big Blue House when I started working.
Yeah. Who did Out of the Box, and, of course, my childhood favorite show, which at the time, what I can't remember was when some of the shows were stupid for Peter Lorre, and the music lyrics, and of course, so we're good. Continue on.
On that
Yep.
show.
And he was also composer for one of the most popular Kiss Show theme songs, which is something most likely is Magic School Bus.
And he's
So lame. Continue on.
also a future guest on the podcast too, so we're gonna be having.
Also,
Yeah. Whatever. Continue on.
he wrote the Goodbye song, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's
So, wow.
very, very
We
talented
actually have a
Very
bunch of
genius,
songs he
very
wrote.
genius guy.
Yeah, he's brilliant. As a matter of fact, we just wrote a song together just recently.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
For
Nice,
an
how
album
was it?
I'm making. I think it's good. So it's a non-fiction show project. So.
Cool.
Very
But yeah,
interesting.
we worked together many times over the years on lots of different things.
Okay.
That's crazy that you've done like songware and stuff that you want to do for like for almost your full life, really, for
Yeah.
starting writing
Yeah.
songs when you were a kid and then
Yeah.
to now,
it's-
you know.
Yeah. I just can't stop.
Can't stop it.
Yeah.
No.
It's like us entertaining people in Roblox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess why you said I guess if you guys know me, Chris, and Matthew, why I think you guys know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's your experience about being in those shows like Book of Pooh, Being Pooh House, and Different World, since most of us really like know about those shows.
Yeah, Book of Pooh's on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, it's great. So what's your question about it? About the
Especially
record?
What's it like working on those shows? Yeah.
It was, those shows were really fun because, the music was really crucial to the structure of the show. So it wasn't just, like some kid shows. It was, they were substantial and the songs were part of the story. So, it was like writing little like little musical theater pieces for every episode, you know, and the characters were great. The puppeteers were really talented and funny and great singers, and the producer of the show really loved music, so we really encouraged us to do songs that would not just appeal to kids, but would also be like, you know, the parents could sit and not feel like it was just obnoxious kids stuff. So so it was on that from that point of view, it was really fun because the songs were, you know, rewarding to write. You know, it wasn't just like some dumb thing like you feel like, oh, I just have to write a dumb song about friendship. It was, you know, they were heartfelt, and you got to really get into the music writing and the songwriting, and it's hard work. The deadlines are grueling when you're working on these shows, and so it's stressful as well. So it's
How'd the theme song for that come about, by the way, speaking of Bugaboo?
theme song for which one?
Bugaboo, because I know.
Oh, for Bugaboo. Yeah. I wrote that for when it was just the pilot. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And that was.
Wow.
So, I'll ask the. Can I ask the next question?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So what was your favorite song to compose for each of your shows that you did?
Let's see.
And we have a list of your favorite songs. Matthew Fellows.
I think my. I don't know. I had several favorites on Bear. I like kind of some of the ballads that I wrote. I like Look at You Now, and
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. One of my favorites you did was Everybody in the Tub.
Oh, that was.
Oh yeah.
Which bits and pieces. Yeah, I did the clean up the house song, and I did boring jokes about that episode one time. Yeah, at the time like this, it was a part where I don't understand it. Continue on.
I like the Woodland Valley Cha Cha Cha. That one was a good one.
Oh yeah, I don't think I had much to do with that one.
It said you wrote it with Andrew Wyatt.
Did I?
Yeah, it says
I
you
think he wrote music, and then maybe I helped with the lyrics. So some of these are not as in the forefront of my mind these days. So.
One of my favorites you did is Shape of a Bear.
I was about to say that one was another good one.
That's
That
a
was
really
my
good one.
That was the
And I
first
know
one
my
I wrote
favorite.
for. That was the first one I wrote for Bear.
That whole episode in general is just one of my favorites.
Shape of a Bear was the first one you wrote for Bear.
Shape of a Bear, yeah.
Oh.
Another one of my favorites is Brush Brush Free.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just so many
Actually, okay.
hits. So many hits.
Brush Brush Bree was a thing my dad used to sing to me when I was like when I was little, to teach me to brush my teeth, like when I was like 3.
And so you decided to make it into a bear song?
So yeah, he would just go brush brush Bree, brush brush brew, brush brush Bree, Bree.
That's awesome.
So I said, yeah, I'm gonna use that. I had to check to make sure it wasn't like some other song that's already been around.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
My dad, so I said, hey, I'm using that.
Right. That's
Well-
cool. Now about the book of Pooh. On the song Goodbye for Now, like, because like towards the end of the song, there's like a voice singing. Is that your voice?
Yeah, on some of the episodes, it is.
Wow, that's really cool.
That's cool.
Is this like where like fucking 100? Is it that boy stuff something that he did?
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So how many songs did you compose on It's a Big Big World?
Not maybe.
Not as many as Bear, obviously.
No, because that was just a couple of. How many? I don't even remember how many seasons it was. Maybe it was maybe about 12 or 15 songs. I don't remember exactly.
Do you have a favorite out of those?
Yeah, it's Great Big World of Weather. That was my favorite.
Wow.
Ooh.
You know that one?
Good one.
Yeah.
I think I've
On
heard
the topic of writing songs, how did the theme song for Teacher's Pet come about? Because I think I remember watching that, and then they had the movie.
How'd that come about?
Yeah.
Back when I first started doing this stuff, I had sent some of my band songs to a woman at Disney, and she liked them, so she had me write this try a theme song for the show Pepper Ann, which I wrote.
Wait, hold on.
And then so she
Repeat
had
that
me
one more
write-
time, on.
A woman at Disney, and she liked them, so she had me write this try a theme song for the show Pepper Ann,
My childhood, man. Thank you. Continue on.
which I wrote, and then so she had me write at least try for writing a few other theme songs, and then she had and then when Bear became a thing, she became familiar with Peter Lorre, and so she had us work on Teacher's Pet together.
Oh, you both.
Teacher's Pet, yeah, and Peter Roy. Yeah, my child's Teacher's Pet. Thank you. Continue on.
Worked on Teacher's Pet, the theme song.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that's we co-wrote that, and
And
then
And the series and Pepper Ann's out. Pepper Ann's coming.
Yeah, I grew up with these shows on Disney growing up. I haven't seen that on Disney Plus yet, but that's just me. Continue on.
So Pepper Ann theme song you wrote by yourself, right?
yeah.
All right. Because I do vaguely remember watching Pepper Ann on Disney, so.
yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my first.
It was on Disney when I was a kid, and as I mentioned before, but that's just me. Continue on.
TV thing was doing Pepper Ann. That was really fun. It just kind of felt like out of the blue. Hey, you got a theme song? It's like, hey, okay.
Yep.
That was fun.
I'm not trying to make this like a super hard question, but do you have like some of your favorite moments of like those shows that we're talking about? All right.
Yeah, oh boy.
You know, I don't really, because I I was working so much from sort of behind the scenes that I didn't really experience the show so much as watching them. I'd watch them when they were done, but my memories of doing it is sort of like working on them. So, I mean, there's some, whenever I watch some of the shows, it's there's some really funny scenes.
Wow.
Particularly Book of Pooh has some goofy,
Yeah.
funny scenes.
Yeah, but
Wow.
it was a good mouse.
Especially with Tigger.
Speaking of
He's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tigger or something, I think he's like probably the most energetic like Pooh franchise character ever. That's how
He's
how he is.
Yeah.
And we know Bear had a live show as well. 2 of them.
Oh, yeah. I
The
think
second one's rare.
Bear had a ton of live shows.
There was 2.
Well, they had like the tours, and then they did like the MGM Studios shows as well,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah, that
Monsters.
So, what's your opinion about the Book of Pooh being on Disney Plus?
That's my opinion. I'm all for it.
Yeah. Oh, hopefully Bear comes on there in the future.
Actually,
Yeah, same here, especially Weekenders Loy in Space. Continue on.
If that happened,
I think it was Chris that started, but one of us started a petition to get it on there.
Yeah, there's like a petition online
Yeah.
They
to
have
get
like
Bear
a
on
lot.
there.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen that petition. Yeah, I've signed that petition.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It really does need to go on there because it's a really good Disney property in it, and there's some kid that in now's generation don't get to experience it like we did.
Exactly. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's tons of little kids would really like it.
Yeah, like
Yes.
plus that like literally that show being People House are probably one of the most popular playoffs Disney shows.
Yeah.
And it's weird it's not even on Disney Plus yet, but who knows? Maybe it'll be there in the future.
And the spinoff was also good.
Yeah.
Breakfast.
Oh yeah, Breakfast Bear, yeah, that's amazing. Also, speaking of Book of Pooh, I actually watched the full series on Disney Plus. Speaking of Book of Pooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good enough. Continue on.
I don't even know what's my favorite episode. I like so much of it. I just I don't know.
Yeah, it was
So
fun.
Jake,
is
let
it-
me think the next one.
yeah.
Alright, let me find it here. So what did you do after the show? Like, what are you doing now?
What am I doing now? I am working on my own pet projects, as we call them, as my friend, as an exec at Disney called them when I started doing them. I'm basically making. Right now, I'm in the process of making a 4 CD project with each CD is different kinds of songs. So I did an album of comedy songs. I did an album of sort of sincere, heartfelt songs. I did an album of political songs, and now I'm doing an album of kind of arty, experimental songs. So
Nice.
it's all sort of more, for grown-ups.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel like you really have so much experience of moments or whatever that you really refer those shows because it's amazing shows that I'm glad that people can still like talk
Oh,
about
okay.
so much that of how what it was when it was aired across the ACA one of the biggest kids and everything, which is amazing. So.
Yeah.
Is it mostly band people house? It's mostly the show that you're onto the most. 'Cause you did that. You're
yeah,
and the book of Pooh because you're releasing the Goodbye for Now and you go so much songs for band people house.
Yeah,
So
and
is it most of those two shows really that's your most shows that you enjoy the most doing it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I think Bear was a special show. It was,
definitely.
unlike a lot of other things. So
there's like tons of songs in Bear, so
there's not a lot of kids shows that's like band people house.
Yeah, because a lot of kids shows, especially nowadays, are more like just kind of like in your face, just kind of like.
Yeah.
Well, Bear really wasn't. It was simple, but it was like a good kind of simple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This nice
right.
sort of avuncular guy with the little kids, So it was like it was very. It was sort of
in the future.
Yeah, it had a nice dynamic between Bear and the other characters. And he was very nurturing, but not condescending. He was very And I mean, and Noel, the guy who does
Bear, he's
just amazing. He's got just like
Yeah.
so much warmth and kind of wry humor. He's just
and he gave life to Bear.
Yep.
he really did.
Mhm.
So,
Also, what was your thinking about that they did a spin-off for Bear, which is called Breakfast with Bear?
I didn't have much to do with that one. So
I know Noah McNeil really into that.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think Breakfast with Bear was more Peter. I think that was.
Which I haven't seen yet, bits and pieces on Breakfast and Bear. Continue on.
Something that
Yeah, I think Peter probably did most of the stuff for that.
I think so.
Wait, Peter Lenz or Peter Lorre?
Blurry.
Okay.
Peter Lenz wasn't even involved. That was just Bear.
Yeah.
None of the other
Yeah.
characters were involved.
Yeah, and the kids. We like
Yes.
kids.
Yep.
So I don't really know that one that much.
It's really fine because do you have is it really like Goodbye for Now is like your favorite song that you like because I feel like were you part of any songs like for the like singing or something that you're part of or just Goodbye for Now for the
Yeah, just I mean, I think occasionally we would use our voice in the background of something just to have like if it's a big group of people.
To have like backing vocals.
But
Yeah.
never so that you hear us, But I don't, I'm not even sure why my voice ended up on the Goodbye for Now. I always thought,
because the directors of Bruce really liked your voice.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just I had just done that as part of the demo, and he really liked it and wanted to leave it in, and I was like, oh, okay. I always imagined it would be, all the characters singing it, and we did eventually have the character singing it, but the one with me singing it also seems to have been.
This is really
Yeah, a
great
lot of
saying of you. Of doing
Yeah.
that,
It is.
of that song.
I mean, it even had a film, Book of Pooh did.
Yeah, stories from the heart.
Oh
yeah.
Which Jakey actually
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen bits and pieces of that before. Continue on.
Yeah,
I do too.
Stories from the heart, which is I can just
Oh yeah.
we can just show it. Oh yeah, we should talk about this. About
Yeah, ask him
Yeah.
about that. I want to know about
What is that?
I have seen that while I was doing a documentary behind my well, it was a Born jokes behind Life of Morning Terror. It was great. We are a family. Continue on.
we are a family.
Oh yeah.
Were you involved in that at all?
A little bit, yeah. I think
because that was with Barney.
I might have. I think I might have just. I don't remember. Maybe recorded somebody. I don't remember. I did something on it. I don't remember what it was though.
I know Barney and Bear was together. Yeah, Carrie Stinson, who did Barney for most of not that time, and Noah McNeil were actually met together and
Oh, okay.
did part, which
Yeah.
is actually really awesome.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering what Snook, Bear, and Barney were together. To be honest,
I know, yeah.
that'd be
That'd been
super
awesome.
amazing.
Mm.
So literally, those three characters, just those three, are just had that same. I don't care. They had the same personality. They really do.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
And we
nowadays-
hope more. And we hope more kid shows be like that. Like with
Well, as Chris said, there more kid shows nowadays are kind of in your face, but it feels like kid shows nowadays just push at just like the education just feels like pushed and forced
Yeah.
instead of just like being natural like the old kid shows like when we grew up. It just feels natural, but
it's terrible. Like,
nowadays
you know,
it
hope
feels
we can
like
actually
forced.
like a show. Like,
Yeah.
to be honest, one only show that we really mostly into about. I'm not trying to get some more. I'm not trying to be off topic, but like Blue's Clues New, Blue's Clues reboot.
It was exciting. Yeah. Continue on.
Well, because because the creators came back for that, so they're able to capture that same. Because they know what worked with their old show, and they know what to do in the revival. It just feels like a lot of the people who create kid shows nowadays don't just know how to like make education only that feels forced, and it shouldn't feel forced. It should just feel natural.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I'm pretty sure Donkey will be Pony also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good show.
So
I've heard.
I'm not trying to make this, of course, like a personal question, but do you have stuff like around your house that not balls with the Bugapoo or all the shows?
Or
that
do you want us to
mentioned?
show this maybe? Which
Do I have like what? Do I have what? Like I
Do you
have.
have like any like merchandise?
I
from
do.
or-
I do have a little bit. I have a mug from Woodland like a Woodland Valley mug.
Ooh.
Wow.
It's so faded you can't even read the thing anymore.
It is.
Yeah.
Does it like have like? Does it have like
Yeah, how
paper on it or
old it
anything?
is,
Or just
right?
Woodland Valley?
I think it was like just Woodland Valley. I forget what it said on it. I have I used to have my God, I used to have like a little Tutter thingy,
Plushie?
like a plushie. And
Mm.
I don't know if my kids, I gave it to my kids when they were little.
Mm.
I don't know whatever became of that. It's probably in some box someplace. I had a jacket and what else? And then I've got like a bunch of DVDs and
Actually,
CDs and stuff.
I actually
Maybe
got
actually
a
has the DVDs.
couple of DVDs
And so
there
does
was
Chris.
version of.
Oh, yeah, I have a ton of Bear videos.
Yeah.
And you guys
I do have a few DVDs of Bear. Continue on.
do you see Bear behind Chris?
Oh yeah, Chris.
Yeah,
has Bear.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah.
huge.
And with Jake
gigantic
as well,
bear.
yeah, he's got Bear and Pooh and Snook, and so do I.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are those are of course the
Where's Snook?
which is called the Be Happy,
Oh, yeah.
Be Healthy and Happy, and Shapes, Sounds, and Colors with Bear, and for the Bugapoo is Stories from the Heart. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's really cool because I have so far. So I'll definitely get more of those in the future, but. Yeah, season 4 for the Bear Big House is actually really interesting because after season like 3 or 2, it was became a big hiatus. That
It was after season 3, yeah.
And then y'all changed it
And
up
actually,
with
season
and
four,
y'all changed it up
Riley.
a lot.
For season 4, yeah, it changed.
Yeah,
tone,
just
tone kind of changed a
The
bit.
Valley too.
They expanded a bit more.
it
Yeah.
expanded the world of Bayer a lot. So.
I think they even went to like a new filming location too, because I remember they filmed at. Remember seeing that they filmed at like one place for the first three, and then like a new place for the last.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever go to the set? I know you.
Wow.
Did you ever
want
go to the set
newest
during the filming or no?
Yeah, did you?
I did go to the filming in Astoria a couple of times. Yeah.
This is a question. Did you ever record Lynette Thing Pig? Because
Yes, I did. I did.
I was working with
Oh
her.
no,
Like,
I didn't. I feel like I did.
What was the question?
You know, he was
working
asking
with
like.
Lynette because she passed
Or-
away.
Yeah.
With Victor, yeah.
She did she did a song I wrote. Called "The Beauty of the Night."
Oh yeah, yeah.
And she sang it so
Cool.
beautifully. And let's see what else. Gosh, I feel like there was some other thing where we did something together. I don't know. I met her at one of these. They used to, like, when the show was real on and really popular. They had at A.O. Schwartz. They had like bears there.
Wow.
Characters are there, and kids were lined up like around the block to meet Bear. And I think I met her there during one of those.
Okay.
Madhouse. It was
I can imagine. There was
Yeah. And she was
it was
also
like a
on the
superstar.
show. She was the chief on Warren or Carmen San Diego as well, outside of Beer.
Yeah.
Which I like that. Actually, it's only
She had a great career. She did
Very awesome.
a lot of
Cool
a lot
person
of,
for
um,
us to know.
a lot of shows, a lot of I don't know if she did theater, but she was like a TV actor.
Okay, so since we talked about so much about Bear and Snook and the shows you're part of, let's talk about some of the other shows too, not just the shows, but like you can ask the question of what
What other shows have you worked on that we might know? Or we haven't?
It's not that many really. I worked on Go Diego Go.
No.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Well, go Diego, go. Let me check one more time. Go. This is a lame show. I'm sorry. I'm not watching it. Continue on. I'm not fine.
I didn't know you were part of that show.
Yeah, we did.
That's awesome.
I just did a handful of songs for them, and Dora, I think.
Yeah, that Dora spinoff is a ripoff. Screw Diego. Continue on.
There are she's a door.
I think it goes a cool series, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not. So it's just boring.
I remember watching Dora the Explorer as a kid, but
I remember. I used to watch these two, but these two suck now. Continue on.
I remember watching those.
yeah, a lot,
Yeah.
but not as much anymore.
Let's see what else.
I don't know why.
I think I wrote a song for Stanley. I don't know if you know that show.
Oh my God, Stanley! Thank you. And yeah, emotional face. Continue on.
Yeah,
my
Stanley's
gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you like compose any of the theme songs for? any
So
more
here's the
theme
thing,
songs?
Matthew. I'm pretty
No.
sure Peter Lorre did that. Yeah, he did. So we have to ask him about that when he comes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. I wrote a song. I wrote a theme song for the show that didn't get used, but they used it in the show as just a song in the show for a cartoon. For the Hercules cartoon. The song is called Hercules Might. So.
What's this? Oh, Hercules, do you mean? Let me check one more time. It came out in 19... Oh, it's composed by someone else. Continue on.
I've seen a bit of the Hercules
I
cartoon.
think so. I think I've seen.
I think me too.
I seen I think Hercules used it for the Bob Show reviews. And then after that, during that time, I saw Hercules the animated series on Toon Disney as a kid. Especially the movie that came out on the feature movie show. It was great. So, there you go. Continue on.
I recognize it.
So you worked for a bunch of Disney stuff, looks like, because you worked for Bear, Stanley, you worked for Pepper Ann.
And same as Klaus Disney too, and Nick Jr. and PS Kids too.
Yeah, PS Kids and stupid. Oh, some of the Nick Jr. stuff, some of them are stupid, some of them are not. Continue on.
So
yeah, I think I did some stuff for some Nick shows. I can't, I can't remember off the top of my head. I just kind of, I haven't done any of that type of stuff in about 10 years. So.
Oh wow, it'd be cool if you're gonna be back and doing those, be part of it. If there's people like getting back in their shows, or whether there's a revival or something, you could probably.
Yeah.
Especially Pepper Ann, Teachers Pet. Those are revivals I need to get back into watching. Continue on.
Probably.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I don't think we know that Peppa can come back because the puppets got destroyed.
Yeah, I know you really did have a blast.
If Bear were to get, if Disney for some reason were to decide to reboot Bear for some reason, would you be down to write some new songs for Bear, or do you not?
Yeah.
Oh, you would?
I would. Yeah, I would.
That's good news.
If it were to happen, yeah.
Just have to get somebody replaced.
I mean, I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's likely, but
I don't think it's likely at all.
yeah, I don't think it's likely.
Wow.
Yeah, 'cause we don't have those shows like this now that used to be, fortunately. But
Also, I grew up with No Place Like My Bedroom, which I know you love. That's
Yeah.
awesome song.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites as a kid. Before I got recorded on TV at the time. That's why I branched out Nickel and Cartoon Network so I can focus on my own Toon Disney days. Continue on.
Yes, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it is.
One of the first in the show.
You really
He also wrote Once Upon a Time.
Oh yeah, you really did have talent for sure. What you've done for shows, and you really have much experience for what we grew up with, and I know you did a really amazing job for what you've done for those shows. So
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
You're very welcome. Ooh man, I didn't even realize at all that you even a par with Nick Jr. or something like Go
yeah.
in those other shows too, like Stanley and all. That's really
Yeah,
awesome.
Stanley's awesome.
Yes.
That would be cool to have back.
Playhouse Disney is such like a super nostalgic channel that we can.
For all of us, yeah.
Yeah.
For all four of us, we all four grew up on Playhouse Disney.
Yeah. I think that's one of the the first channels we ever like seen.
Yeah.
No. I kind of wonder what will be with like Playhouse Disney. Or probably would be like Sprout or something, Chris.
Wow.
Who knows? But it was like there into 2005 through like 2017 because of kids and all.
Yep.
Wow.
So, do you even have a favorite Nick Jr. show or show that
Is Godiego the only one that you can remember that you worked on of Nick?
He said he works on Dora.
Yeah, Doris Lane. Yeah, continue on.
Those two.
Yeah, I feel like there's something else. There was some. Honestly, I don't remember if it was like a. Yeah. There was. Yeah, I can't remember.
Those are the only two that come to mind.
Yeah.
So
I feel like there's some other thing. There's something that I did like a Christmas episode for something, but I can't remember what it was.
I know Ben Boober House and Boo Poo did like Christmas episodes.
Oh yeah.
Both of which are great. Very good.
Yeah. Yeah, especially for during the holiday season, really.
Yeah, that holiday episode, Ben Boob House. Yeah, I saw this before. I recorded it on TV. Continue on.
Episodes lasted for the holiday. So since you are a part of a Nick Jr. Show, of course, okay, I don't mean to say anymore because you see, probably know what I'm talking about. You know, PS Kids and PS Sissy. Do you even have a favorite like show from those three channels without they not a part of, but like that's your favorite that you're not a part of that you really wish to be a part of? You know what I mean?
Gosh. Yeah, there were some good shows that were. I don't watch any of that stuff, any kids shows anymore, so I don't know what they're like much. But
Mm-hmm.
And Shell 14.0, if you're watching this, thank you for subscribing to my Appalachian 94 channel. Continue on.
I like PB&J Otter that was on.
That was my childhood, man! Continue on.
That's
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a very good one. Yes.
That's cool.
Jim Jenkins made that.
Yeah. Especially the Doug series came out in 1996 and Disney's version, revival version. But let me check Disney Doug one more time and see. Doug, it was not voiced by Billy West, but according to the Nostalgia Critic review of Doug's first movie, and it came out in 1991 and it was composed by Fred Newman. Oh. It's not Fred Newman. It's not this guy. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was Doug. That was the same guy who brought you PB&J Art. Stanley. And, of course, JoJo's Circus, who I grew up with. And Piggy Dingy Doo. And so on. Continue on.
I don't know. There were tons of shows back then.
Yes.
Really good stuff.
Yeah. I'm not gonna try to make this like off topic, but it's
Oh, wait, one more time. I'm pausing real quick. One more show that I had to mention. And that is 101 Dalmatians, the series, which I can. Okay, it's not composed by him. It's composed by Brandon Pearson, Kevin Quinn, and Tim Hentz, and the composers are Mark Wires and Dan Sawyer. But this is an actual composing team who did this. But 101 Dalmatians made by Jim Jenkins and David Campbell, and it was animated by these two, and it's owned by Jumbo Pictures. Continue on.
Our both well, me and Chris, since we both grew up so much with the world. It's terrible though that the show like has only 2 seasons because of the
Saw Wikipedia earlier while I was taping this episode. Continue on.
how much ratings there was for the show, and really, I feel like the show would keep on going for a little bit more.
Yeah, it could
It
have.
has
It was.
high more ratings.
Yeah, it was. It was kind of a fiasco when it fell apart. They just kind of ran out of money in the middle of shooting a season, so it was a real shame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. Yeah, it was too bad. There was a lot of talented people involved, and it was fun to work on.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of.
Yeah. Especially I'm thinking Peter Lynn's probably the first show that he ever done as a body performer was probably the World Last Snug. He kind of reminds me of like Peter Lynn's kind of reminds me of Noah McNeil because he did the voice and the performer for Bear, and he did it for Snug and for body performer and
Peter was great in that. So,
yeah.
so funny.
Sure. How much?
Or as performer, Jakey.
Yeah, especially that he he's done for other shows. I think that really show that how much show she was a part of. That really like seeing body performers really into what he was for the show. So
yeah, it's not an easy job at all. You know, you have to hold this thing over your head for the head. And you have to.
Yeah, actually, no, eyes.
You have to do all that, and you also have to act at the same time. So it's like
the Snook costume is kind of like same, almost probably the same technology was Bear costume was.
I think so. I think it is. I think it's all sort of based on the Big Bird thing from Sesame Street.
Sesame Street.
Street, yeah.
I think they pioneered that whole
Very awesome.
thing. It's it's also when they're filming inside those suits, there's all these lights on them and it's really hot. So it's like that's a hard job.
But they were able to do it, and it's amazing.
Yeah. Really talented performers.
Do you have like a favorite person that you work with a lot that throughout? So I feel like you really like so much people that you really work.
I mean, there's just just a lot of talented people working on these things. When I was doing Book of Pooh and the 4th season of Bear, I was the head songwriter, so I got to work with lots of I got to work with my friends who were really good songwriters. So
Wow.
that was really fun. So I got to collaborate with a lot of people, and some of them I still collaborate with. But yeah, I can't say I have one favorite. I mean, tons of people I worked with on those shows who were great.
Okay.
And the performers as well as the other writers and the people who wrote the scripts and the directors and stuff. It was a cool crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like that it's weird that like Bear, but after season 3, it was a hiatus into the final for shooting for airing season 4 is because of the sexy Sarah. No, shoot. Oh shoot. Of course, he plays Luna that we should know the name, like where she passed away. That I'm glad that people are so have their own time about what it was until when season 4 started airing, how they really into what the person for Luna. And I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Pierre Lynch was actually the one was puppeteering Luna too.
I don't know that.
I don't know either.
I think he did.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Peter Lynch puppeteer.
Yeah, because I saw there's the Bear the House behind the scenes rarities or Instagram page. Shout out to you if you're watching this somehow. Yeah, it has lots of behind the scenes and all, and some of it of the Bear House pilot for the actual show. Which I know War Everywhere was one of those episodes that was on the pilot.
Yeah, and speaking of that, pretty sure that's one of the last pilots.
Yeah,
we seen
and what the original looks of some of the performers of some of the characters, because I know Pip and Pop was originally brown, but later on in the show it was actually purple.
Purple, yes.
It kind of reminds me of Oscar because originally season 1 of Sesame Street. Do you know Sesame Street? I think you did.
Yeah, he mentioned it before, Jakey.
Okay, so
Yeah.
or probably because I wasn't.
I watched Sesame Street.
Jake just streams people out whenever he doesn't want to listen.
Yeah, I used to watch Sesame Street with my little sister when I was a kid. So.
Wow. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm so glad Sesame Street's still going and still.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing.
Yeah, since 1969. Continue on.
Amazing. After 50 years, what?
Yeah, and then suddenly it came out 52 seasons, and now we check my wiki in Muppet Wiki that and still coming with the 52nd season this upcoming November. Let me check one more time with Sesame Street and. We'll continue on real quick. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's on HBO Max, but right now, let me check the seasons and see. 51 seasons right now, but they just air it for a short period. They just wanted to air it. I just want to continue on before I continue on. I'm going to check right here. Season 52, yeah. And, it's 52 seconds. Yeah, I was right. premiering November 2021. Okay, continue on.
Peter Lun's on it doing Ernie.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, Peter Linz is now doing Ernie on Sesame Street. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, I agree, big time. And I did talk about it on my reaction video to I did saw DJ Bob's message to his Peter Lenz on this niece, whatever. I did talk about how to react, and I'm like, okay, that's good. Continue on.
That's great. So, I have a feeling we're probably going to be wrapping up soon, but one thing I did want to bring up is your solo music,
Yes.
which I've listened to on Spotify a bit. What's your favorite song you did from your solo albums?
What's my favorite? Which one should you listen to? Listen to. Hold on a second. Listen to something from one of my comedy record, my comedy song record.
Yeah.
You should listen to "A Man with No Foible."
Yeah. This is
Oh,
good.
you should listen to "You're Like Hitler." That's the song you should listen to.
No, I was gonna say.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
so-
you could promote that on kid-friendly stuff. We had somebody on.
It's not very kid-friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh, what? Wait, what now?
Oh yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
so-
you could promote that on kid-friendly stuff. We had somebody on.
It's not very kid-friendly.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, of course, I know we're gonna wrap up soon, Chris. So I know a couple of times while I was shooting up season 4 or season 3. Oh god. Okay, I can say this. That I know that a couple of shootings for like season 4 or 3, it was happening like during like 9/11 or something.
Mm.
Yeah. I think season 4. I think season 4 was already shooting when 9/11 happened.
Yeah. I was told Travis about this earlier. Yeah, it was 20 years ago when 9/11 happened. I was freaking out, and I wish 9/11 does not exist. Continue on.
Yeah, and I think, because I
Yeah,
remember seeing
it was-
on some interview, or hearing on some interview that filming had to be put on hold for a little bit because of 9/11 and
Yeah.
because Bear was
Yeah.
filming in New York, which,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Barney kind of had the same thing because
Yeah.
Barney's Christmas Star was from 9/11 also.
Yeah, I did talk about an React on Purple Roads and Purple Tales before and past React episodes. Continue on.
Yeah, and then also there was sort of like, it influenced the way just the idea, some of the ideas in the show, like we.
Did any songs that you wrote change because of it, or
No songs I wrote changed, but there was a song called "No Harm" that was kind of.
yes.
We kind of did. There was an episode about a tree falls down and I can't remember.
Yeah, it was a tree that fell down in the library and like destroyed all the books, so they have to set up this like fundraiser.
Yeah,
or something.
I know.
So it was sort of, the idea was to sort of, give little kids the idea that, if you hear about something bad that's happening, the adults in your life are gonna try to protect you.
did you write No Harm, or was it Peter?
No, that one was written by, I think that was written by the producer and Andrew Wyatt.
Wow.
Andrew Wyatt wrote a lot of stuff.
Wow.
For
Okay.
that's for Bear and for Book of Pooh.
Mm.
And
Okay.
yeah, he wrote. I think they wrote that together.
Okay.
Yeah. I know that Sesame Street did the same thing where not like when during the 9/11 happens or something. Or where
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I did. Especially, back then, I was doing the same thing. Especially, news hour Jim Lehrer did it to his sister, talk about it on, Metal Steel, and, the Wiggles. And I think I mentioned it. And of course, Anthrax as well from Metal Steel, What else is there? I can't remember. There's a lot of 9/11 stuff else that I want to talk about. From special events that never happened during 9/11, but that's just me. Continue on. Oh, it's SpongeBob. Yeah, SpongeBob. They did some a Bad Geeks episode before 9/11 happened. Continue on.
It's like they had like a hurricane episode or something.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah, hurricane episode. Yeah, I talked about I heard about this years ago before. During the 45th anniversary episode of Sesame Street. Continue on.
during
I mean, the
June
real thought was like, you know, there's kids out there. I mean, I don't know how old you guys were, but
I think I was probably a year old, maybe.
I was only 6. Back then I was only in school. I was only kindergarten when this happened. So, yeah. I was in school when they aired a week-long episode. I'm like, okay, this is great. But as the fire truck episode, I was in first grade. The 9/11 episode. I was in first grade, and they aired it. I was in first grade, so that was fantastic. Continue on.
yeah. So
I wasn't even alive at that point, so.
I know.
so it didn't really.
Yeah, Jake. Yeah, I was born nearest David. Well, Alex and I never much about 9/11. I bit to pieces because at the time I was only 6 when 9/11 happened. And at a time like this, I wasn't born yet until 95. And then, born late 90s, early 2000s. I grew up with the shows. I grew up with everything. I grew up with the shows I like. So that's just me. Continue on. We have 5 more minutes left to react to videos over.
Affect you if you're that little, but like kids who are
Right.
like watching those shows at the time, you know, there's a lot, they get some kind of awareness of it, and you kind of feel like it's your responsibility as this person who's providing programming for little kids to in some way address it without, you know, like saying, oh, by the way, there was a terrorist attack in New York City and
Yeah. Which I heard from while I was in elementary school when this happened. It was freaking frightening when Jim reported on this in the news hour. You know? And this was my second year watching the news hour. And then this happened? Really? Continue on.
Washington D.C., but just sort of say like, you know, because in the back.
Oh, in New York and Washington, D.C. as well, in Pennsylvania, when Mr. Rogers had final years. Continue on.
The little kids are like, they hear about it somehow, so you want them to feel, you know, it's part of it is like, you know, part of making kids shows is to kind of reassure kids in whatever thing they're feeling insecure about or whatever they're feeling worried about. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Chris actually saw the Bear Epic Wrestling.
Yeah, I did. Back in 2003, I saw the Bear Live show.
Oh, you did?
Yes, that was fun.
I got the DVD copy of it, and I'm like, what is this? Continue on.
You
Pretty
remember?
awesome, Chris.
Well, Chris, for you attending this, well, at the time, I never heard of the DVD, but then I got it on Amazon years later. Continue on.
Jakey, yes, question.
Since I was really young, I mean, I remember a little bit. I remember because I was a little kid and I didn't know better. I tried to like run to get on the stage.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but that was the time when I got the copy on DVD, felt like it, and that's just me. And boy, I was happy I got the Bear in the Big House DVD. That was my childhood favorite. Continue on.
Yes.
You were
Yes, I was probably maybe 2 or 3 at the time.
So you probably were not the first kid to try to do that.
That's what
Oh, yeah, I bet.
As a baby or something, I'm not tall on that point, Chris. So since you what like where you songwriter for so long, do you have a favorite instrument?
Yeah.
Favorite instrument?
Yeah.
Not one that I play. My favorite instrument is actually the pedal steel guitar.
Oh wow,
That's like
What's your favorite instrument that you play?
Bass guitar.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bass guitar where AC/DC played. Cliff Williams, yeah. You go love him from AC/DC, so. But nice to you from Shot in the Dark Bay from the new album Power Up. Continue on.
Very awesome. Well, anyway, guys, I think it's about to for a wrap. So before we hang up, do you know where we can find you on social media?
Yes, I do. Well, you can find me. You should go to my website if you want to hear some of my music. And that's just brianwoodbury.com. So it's BRIAN.
Which I heard about on the website, which I mentioned every time when I would tape this episode of LJ Reacts. Continue on.
WOODBURY.
.com.
Yeah, .com.
Yeah.com.
Yeah. Yep. So.
And,
I also got in touch with you on Facebook, which you and I got friends of, Brian. Continue on.
Yeah, that's the best place to check
Yeah,
it
I
out.
have to check all of them instead of just looking at Instagram and everything. So, all of them is all be on the website. So yeah, guys, if you guys want to follow Brian Woodbury on social media, and where we mentioned, check the description. But anyway, for wrap before we head off, can you sing the part of the Goodbye for Now from Book of Pooh?
No.
Is there hold on, before
You
does
didn't
that,
tell
you
me
need to
about
say your
this.
favorite.
Yeah, you can't just put it on the
Thank
spot like
you.
that.
You gotta ask that.
No,
Beforehand.
I don't
No.
remember how it goes.
Yeah,
Jakey.
Jakey.
Is there anything you want to say to your fans out there? Before you do it.
Anything I want to say to my fans?
Yes.
Yeah.
To be a songwriter.
Sign the petition and get Bear on Playhouse Disney.
Yes,
All right,
exactly.
hold on.
Plus, yeah.
If you watch this, guys, Mitch Hill from YouTube, some of my friends who loves Bear, this is you guys. Trust me for all this on YouTube land. Sign a petition for Bear. Links in the description below. Continue on.
If you don't remember that, you have to end it with "There's no place on my bed" for me and Curtis.
Well, there's no
Because
place
he doesn't remember.
like your bedroom.
Yeah, you heard it.
So, yeah, thank you so much for having, and
Well, thanks for having me.
you're very welcome,
Yeah.
and you're doing an amazing job of what you've been doing, and keep up the good work, and
All
keep us
right.
happy in the future. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you more for the outside, and for more episodes, and everything. Anyways, from all of us out here, goodbye for now, and
Bye for now.
and see
Wait,
you
hold on,
later.
Bye
Jakey.
for now,
Jakey, hold on.
yes.
What?
Jakey, come on. Since you were trying to get him to sing it, it makes sense for you to sing it. Come on, Jakey.
Yeah, Jakey, you sing it.
Jakey, he doesn't remember.
Or at least
the
like
song.
a couple lines from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember.
There you go.
It's awesome.
Yeah, well, thanks, Chris. But yeah, anyways, from me, all of us, and Brian, thank you so much for watching and the support, and see y'all next time for more episodes. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
So that was Jake's Having the Style of the Show, episode 7. Brian Woodbury, composer and songwriter. What do I think about this episode? It was amazing. So far, this episode went to be a success. Anyways, guys, double episode of LJPCBM Reacts, episode 728. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for the next one, which is going to be LJPCBM Reacts, episode 729. Jake's Having the Style of the Show, episode 8. Philip Wiltshire, the composer of the original Fifth Wiggle. Now, man, excuse me. I gotta get ready for me to talk. Have Billy tape his Halloween special on his channel. Till next time, it's the Joseph. Bye, peace out, baby. Give my video, discuss me soon. Till then, Joseph out. See ya.
Giving lunch given to me, this life I'll never take for granted. And given all the time I failed to really understand it, I never sought to meet the maker of reality, the one who gave the life that which is always happening. But I tried all the time. Why was I the one to see things as I do under the moonlight and the sun? Perception is the question, and the giver holds the key.